As a part of Confucius Week, which you'll be learning about Chinese culture in culture, music, PE, and art class, in art we're going to be making artwork inspired by Ming Dynasty pottery. Pottery is clay projects. So things that are made with the kind of clay that you put in the kiln, which is a big oven and the clay turns hard. That is called pottery or ceramics. Ming pottery was made thousands of years ago in the Ming Dynasty of China. Their ceramic artwork is very famous for the bright white colors and the beautiful blue designs using underglazes. Here is another example of Ming Dynasty vase. In Chinese, this is what it's called, and it is pronounced Jinghua. Here are some other examples. So you can see that a lot of them have nature-inspired designs on them, like flowers, vines, leaves, dragons. Originally, this style of pottery came from Iraq. The Chinese people traveled to Iraq and they traded with people over there and brought beautiful pottery back to China and then developed their own style of blue and white pottery. From China, the style of pottery then spread to different parts of Asia like Korea, Japan, Taiwan, and eventually this traveled all over the world, including the Netherlands, which creates their own version of white and blue pottery. So the art world is very connected. We are always inspired by other artists and other cultures. Because the Ming vase style is so popular around the world, a lot of them are fake or made recently, so they are not actually from Ming Dynasty. But sometimes people have rare finds of these Ming Dynasty pottery. Here's an example of a Ming vase that somebody bought at a garage sale and used as an umbrella stand. And then they realized that it was actually a real Ming vase used by a king in the Ming Dynasty. And this vase turned out to be worth $20 million. I will leave a link of this story in this week's assignment. If you're interested, you can watch that as well. With this project, we're going to be looking at the principle of design patterns. Patterns are regularly repeating elements such as shapes, colors, and motifs. We always talk about repeating shapes and colors when we do patterns, and when shapes repeat or colors repeat, it can become a pattern. If you have stripes with red and blue, then it would be red, blue, repeating. If you had a pattern with squares and circles, it might repeat square, circle, and that is a pattern that we have talked about. Patterns can also be made with motifs. Motifs are little drawings that repeat over and over. So drawings can repeat to make a pattern as well. If we look at this Ming Dynasty vase, you see that the motif of birds are repeating. There's one here, repeats here, and repeats here. There are different border designs that repeat. The designs up here are repeating over and over. The waves are repeating. What else do you see that's repeating? You might see vines, flowers repeating, more designs. What motifs are repeating in this one? The waves are repeating, the animals are repeating, the flowers, and the designs on the bottom are also all repeating. And they're all very detailed. Patterns and details are a very important part of Ming vases. In this week's assignment, I also have a handout that has different types of borders, animals, and flowers inspired by ancient Chinese vases. So we'll be looking at these motifs when we do our designs. Second graders will be designing Ming-styled vases, and first graders will be designing Ming-style plates. So especially for second graders, we'll be looking at different forms used in Ming vases. Forms are 3D shapes. So if it's flat like these handouts, it's a shape, but the actual vases that are 3D would be called forms. So there are different kinds of Ming vase forms, and each of them has a name. So we'll be picking one of these for your project for second grade vase drawings. Here are today's project's goal. Our goal is to understand art worlds. Understanding art worlds is to learn from other artists and cultures. So first, please watch the example video of the project, which is in this week's assignment. Then for first graders, we're going to cut out a circle. For second graders, we're going to cut out a shape of a vase. And we're going to use white paper because Ming vases are famous for their white clay. And then we're going to be using a pencil to draw patterns of repeating motifs inspired by Chinese pottery. We're going to continue with this project for a few weeks, so today please just upload a picture of your pencil drawing.